We've had a bit of a heat wave, if you've noticed, in this country. And in fact, 74 deaths are attributed to the heat wave. Now, sometimes I question how they count those. Guy dies of a heart attack. Are you sure it was the heat? But nonetheless, obviously the heat has been significant. In fact, we just broke a record. Congratulations to us. We have now the hottest first 6 months in a calendar year ever. We're number one. In fact, 10 out of the last 15 years have been the hottest 10 years on record. Now, any particular snowstorm or a heat wave can just be a weather event. They are weather events, right? A combination, a culmination, over a period of time, a 10-year period, 15-year period, you can see trends. That would be an indication of climate change, for example, when in the last 15 years, we've broken the record for the 10 hottest years. But Republicans disagree. George Will has a different explanation. Let's watch.
How do we explain the heat? One word: summer. I grew up in central Illinois in a house without air conditioning. What is so unusual about this? Now, come the winter, there will be a cold snap and lots of snow, and the same guys like EJ will start lecturing us. There's a difference between the weather and the climate. I agree with that. We're having some hot weather. Get over it.
Oh, great. We're having hot weather. Get over it. Okay. If it was any given year, any given weather event, I agree. Look at the overall charts we've shown you over and over again. Extreme weather events going through the roof. Heat going through the roof. Do you know how many hot temperature records we've already broken in this year? 40,000. Hurricane season has started earlier than it has ever started in recorded history. Normally it starts June 1st. We had 2 hurricanes before June 1st this year. You get a sense that climate is changing. The hottest spring ever recorded. It's not a fluke. It's happening over and over again. People warned about climate change. George Will laughed at them. We're in the middle of climate change. When presented with data, he still laughs. Because, look, he's a conservative. He's immune to facts. He thinks he's an intellectual because he wears a bow tie. But he's not. He doesn't give a damn about intellect and facts, because when presented with evidence, he goes, oh, you know what I call hot weather? Summer. Aren't I clever and witty? No, you're not. Some of the bridges are falling down because of extreme heat. Okay, one weather event does not make climate change. A series of them for years on end, with clear trends and clear records, time and time again, is an indication of climate change. How is the rest of the press covering climate change? Well, that's a good question. Media Matters did a report on this from April 1st to June 30th. Now, in the midst of this, the Young Turks ran many stories on how the weather, in this case, could be related to climate change because of the context that we put it in over this period of time. Now, how many other press outlets did that? Well, very, very little. As you can see here on television, 1.6% of the time that they talked about the extreme weather, they mentioned the context of climate change. 98.4% of the time, they're like, oh, what a wild coincidence. Look at this weather. I can't believe it. Yeah. By the way, extreme weather drives ratings. So Fox News does it all the time. Of course, they never mention climate change. They make fun of climate change and then do an extreme weather segment. They're like, look at this crazy tornado and haboob and record-breaking temperatures. But dude, don't worry about climate change. Because when it snows in January, they're like, ah, look at that. See, it snowed. It's all right. Don't worry about it. How about print? 6% of those stories mentioned climate change. 94% did not mention it at all. Way to put things in context. Way to explain to your audience what might actually be happening. By God, if we did that, though, we might be blamed for bias because we're actually presenting facts. If we tell you why something might have happened, oh my God, one side would be angry with us, and then we wouldn't be neutral anymore. And what would you call us if we just delivered the news to you with facts and context? You might call us journalists.